this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are all here. For anyone that is new, please go ahead and hit subscribe. I would love to have you in the family, and I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friends. So today we are doing a pick a card, and the question, who is talking about you? So let us see what we can see. I have 3 decks set out here today along with my Oracle card deck. I have the Echoes of Nature Oracle deck out here with my clear quartz. I like to open up the energy with the clear quartz there. Here I have the Mystical Manga Tarot with a raw piece of lepidolite. Here I have the Chakra Wisdom Tarot with an amethyst cluster. And here on the Steampunk Tarot, I have Pyrite. All right, my friends, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to live shuffle, and then I will be setting out 3 piles, for which then I will invite you to select your pile. I will put timestamps in the description. That way you can fast forward and bump around as you need to. And, well, that all being said, let's get started. Okay, here we are. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Think of the question, who is talking about me? See where your attention is drawn, and select your pile. If you need extra time, please feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let's find out who is talking about you. Okay, we're going to look at our Oracle card first. All right, gathering inspiration. So my first thought is that somebody who is talking about you is somehow feeling inspired by you. Perhaps you're making this person feel like what they need to do is what you're inspiring what they need to do. This is obviously a good thing. So, you know, inspiring others, that's great. So let's see what they're maybe saying and who this might be. All right. Yeah, you've inspired someone. You've inspired somebody. That's a great thing. Somebody is seeing how you are doing things and perhaps the success that you're having, and they're wanting to find more of that in their own life. So, you know, we've got a few things going on. Here on the left, we have our King of Wands, the Moon, and then we have our 4 of Swords. There is definitely somebody talking, and I know this because of the Moon card. The Moon card talks about, you know, people kind of gossiping and talking. It also can involve some kind of pettiness too sometimes. So this person who's talking about you is somebody close enough to you to be seeing kind of how things are going in your life. to enable them to be inspired by you. Obviously, they have to be close enough to be seeing what you're doing. Who is it that you're talking to that you might have been talking about things that you're doing, or maybe things that you have goals for yourself, things that you're wanting to do? We have our King of Wands, which shows me that this person sees you as somebody who just gets it done and kind of has that golden sort of feeling like everything you do works out well kind of thing. This person at first, this kind of probably rubbed them the wrong way, and they might have said a few things, maybe feeling that, maybe you're a show off, or maybe that you're just, walking around with your head in the clouds, or, something like that. But ultimately what happened, this person took some time to really sit and think about it. Our Four of Swords tells me that. And they've gathered some inspiration from you. So they're ready to move forward. They're ready to do something, and they're kind of trying to plan their way forward. They are ready to move on it. We have our Knight of Wands here. The Knight of Wands is, remember I told you about the King of Wands over here. Our Knight of Wands even is just really full of passion, wants to go out there and get things done. Very energetic. So you have inspired somebody. While it did start off with a little bit of talking and pettiness, like, it has turned. It has definitely turned. We have our Hanged Woman here, which would tell us that there's a different way of looking at things now. So what started off as feeling, maybe less than, it's like that kind of defensive reaction. When somebody's doing well and we are not, that defensive reaction was to perhaps say something about you, and talk about you in some way that maybe came off as negative or petty. But then after some reflection, they're actually feeling that they don't need to feel this way. It's not a competition. It's an inspiration, actually. So they've kind of come to that conclusion. With our Judgment card, it shows me that this is a time of new beginnings, kind of a rebirth moment, where this person switches from feeling defensive to feeling inspired. Do you see? So let's get a better clue as to who this is. Remember, I did say that it has to be somebody close, because otherwise they wouldn't really know what you're doing to inspire you, right? So let's take a look at our cut card. This is the energy of the outcome. We need to get a little better clue on who. Boom. Ace of Coins. All right. So this is all about, well, first of all, coins is pentacles. Pentacles is the suit of everyday life. This is somebody you know and interact with on a regular basis. This is likely not a spouse, or a partner, that kind of a thing. That would probably be more like a cups vibe. This is a coins vibe, pentacles vibe. So this is somebody you do interact with on a daily basis. So again, I'm not thinking family. I'm thinking more like a friend or a coworker. And yeah, so it's not family. It's not family, but it is somebody that you interact with regularly in your daily life. Ooh, pile one. Do you know who this is? Let me know. I would love to hear. Drop me a comment. Let me know if you know who this is. I'm dying to know. And it looks like it's pretty much resolved itself. So there's really not much advice, something you really need to really be considering as far as what to do moving forward. I think it's kind of resolved itself. Yeah, and you've been an inspiration. That's awesome. All right, my friend. Well, please, if you have not already, please make sure to go ahead and hit subscribe. I never want you to miss out. Plus, it also helps me out a lot, so I would appreciate it. And I want to thank you for letting me read for you. Pile number 2. All right, pile 2. Let's see who is talking about you. All right, we're going to take a look at our oracle card first. Seeing inside. Okay, so seeing the deeper, qualities of a person, seeing inside as opposed to surface. Let's see how it pulls into the rest of our spread and make better sense of it. Somebody who's jealous of you. That's what we're seeing so far. Somebody who's jealous of you. All right. All right. Somebody is feeling a little jealous of you. I'm not exactly, let me see here. They're not seeing inside. I'm not seeing any kind of current problems. I am seeing that this might have been resolved already, which is interesting because that means there's nothing you need to really do about it, which is a good thing. Let me explain. Over here, we have our death card, we have the Four of Swords, and we have Justice. Well, death, first of all, death does not mean dying. Doesn't mean anybody is got anything wrong with them. What it actually is, it's a very good card in terms of starting a new chapter. So again, I am thinking that somebody who has originally felt a little jealous of you has kind of put that to bed. They've thought about it. We have our Four of Swords. They've thought about it. They've kind of thought about whether this is correct or accurate, or if this even matters, in terms of the jealousy. Jealousy is an emotion that doesn't serve any of us. Excuse me. With the Justice card, it shows that it's kind of like a balance thing happening right now. Perhaps this person is thinking, you know what, seeing inside, everybody is beautiful from the inside. Now, obviously, physical beauty, surface beauty, materialistic type of thinking does matter. It does come into play because we are visual people. But what's most important, as we all know, is what is inside. A gorgeous person can turn out to be very ugly if they have a very ugly personality. Do you see? And it could make them ugly. See? So this talks about definitely balancing that out and seeing inside. So this person must have thought this about themselves, that, okay, I am equally as beautiful as this person is. Excuse me. Moving back over here to the right side, we have our Four of Wands, we have an Ace of Wands, and a Ten of Cups. This person, I think, who you've inspired something here. You have inspired that even sort of feeling about beauty and attractiveness. This person was feeling very much less than around you. And again, I think it is having to do with surface beauty, first of all, and then after deeper thought, realize that it's the inner beauty as well. So once that thought and has, here again, Four of Swords, sitting there thinking and planning and deciding on a new road forward, a new way to look at things, seeing inside is that new way. So this person is ready to kind of build and move forward and, see things in a more well-rounded way. So while I do think somebody was talking about you because of some jealousy issues, I do think that is resolving itself. We've got our Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, this brings us all the way to the end. It starts with Ace and it stops at 10, right? So the journey of the cups, 10 of Cups, would be from the beginning. Here's the start with an Ace all the way to the end where we have that personal satisfaction, that kind of culmination of everything we've been working toward. So I do see that this person is likely a friend of yours, perhaps a very close friend of yours, who has been jealous of your beauty. And once they took a moment to sit and think about it, realizing that beauty is twofold, surface beauty, but also inner beauty, this person has come to terms and realized that this doesn't make them less than just because they feel physically as though they are not quite as attractive as you. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to get a cut card here. We want to see what the outcome energy looks like. Ready? Go. King of Wands. All right. So we've got King of Wands energy. This is talking about charisma. This is talking about those strong personality traits that make somebody beautiful. This person is feeling very good now. Again, I don't think they're still talking about you. I really don't. And I think the talking was not in a malicious way. I think it was in a reflective way about themselves, feeling less than, it was a jealousy thing. And I think it is somebody who is very close to you. I don't necessarily think it's a family member. It could be, but I'm thinking more of a friend who kind of feels like family. It's either a really close friend, which is what I'm going with here, really, or it could be a family member, but I'm feeling a friend that feels like family is the real vibe I'm getting here. So, let me know. Does this make sense? I'm wondering if you kind of have an idea of who this might be. Oh, I would love to hear. If you feel comfortable, please leave a comment. Let me know. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe before you head out. It means so much to me, but also I would never want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Who is talking about you? Let's see what we can see. Okay, we're going to take a look at our oracle card first. Listening. All right. Well, we have to see what these are, of course, to see how this pulls in. But right on the surface, listening. I think this is somebody who wants your attention. If we listen, and I'm not just talking about listening to words, I'm talking about listening to the whole picture, listening to the physical, cues that this person, the social cues, that's not the word, social cues, body language. Boy, I couldn't think of the word. Listening to that, listening in between the lines sometimes too. I think you know who this person is. I think even if you don't feel like I think you know. I think you know. I think you know. Okay. All right. Yes, somebody is feeling very much left behind by you. This tells me that somebody needs you to listen. Again, what I was saying in the beginning is really confirmed here by our cards. Somebody is feeling very much left out here. Somebody's feeling like maybe you're not listening. Somebody feels that you're not paying attention to them, perhaps, and they're feeling like you are passing them by. We have our 7 of Swords here, which talks about being left behind. That's literally what the meaning is of this card. We also have our 5 of Swords here. 5 of Swords talks about winners and losers. It talks about kind of like competition. This has made this person feel very left out. They feel very left out. They feel like they can't compete with you. They also feel hurt that perhaps you're not seeing that this person is hurting. Who can you think of that you might be unintentionally making feel this way? I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, but think about it. Again, like we said, listening to the cues, listening to the body language, what's in between the lines. Maybe you're doing this without even realizing it, but this person is feeling very left behind by you. Maybe they feel that you're a little self-absorbed at this time. So think about it. Think about it. Even if you're not intending to be that way, who might think you're being that way? You might have some things to genuinely be proud of, and that's okay. It's not to say you can't show off what you've accomplished or your you're being proud of yourself. I mean, we've got our 10 of Wands that talks about the burden of success. Sometimes with our success comes burden, and the burden is that other people sometimes feel this way, right? We've got another card here saying this is 4 of Cups. So this is saying not being seen, not wanting more. I have enough kind of thing, and I'm bored with what I've got. This person feels that you are no longer interested in them or their feelings. This has caused them to be very upset. We've got our 9 of Swords here talking about anxiety, talking about depression, talking about being kept up and overthinking things, and the burden of success with our 10 of Wands. So this is somebody who is kind of feeling left in the dust by you. Who is it that you can think of that you might have unintentionally made feel this way? I think and you just might not have realized it at this point. Let's take a look at our cut card. This is going to give us some additional information. It's the middle of the deck. Ooh, I dropped it. There we go. I didn't see it. Middle of the deck. Ready? Go. Queen of Cups. Yeah. This is a friend of yours. This is a friend of yours. This friend cares about you deeply. So this would probably be more somebody like a best friend or somebody like that, somebody that you're really close to. They feel, again, like you've just left them behind in some way. I think it's more about that emotional connection with you than what it is that you're actually doing. I think this person is happy for you, happy for your success, happy for your good feelings, whatever it is that you're feeling good about. But I think that they feel you're not thinking about them. You're no longer thinking about them. You're not including them, perhaps, or you're not thinking of how things would affect them. Maybe you're sounding like you're very self-absorbed. Kind of listen to how you are saying things. Is it coming off in a way that you didn't intend it to? People hear us not just by listening to our words, but by watching how we say things. Again, seeing all those verbal cues, all those physical cues that we give while we're talking, reading between the lines, all of that comes into play here. So you need to listen through all those different means. But I think this is a close friend. Our Queen of Cups indicates that. So a very close friend. What do you think? Do you know who this is? Does this make sense? Have you had a lot of things going well for you lately? Do you feel like you might have been a little insensitive, perhaps unintentionally, but have you maybe? I would love to know. So drop a comment. Let me know what is going on in your world and how this reading might have resonated with you. And of course, please make sure to hit subscribe before you head out. It means so much to me, and I would never want you to miss out on another video. All right, my friend, thank you so much for letting me read for you.